All right. Shalom, 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 all praise and all glory. Trying to see where's the if it's showing on Facebook yet. I don't see it on Facebook.
You're not on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm gonna check on my YouTube right quick. Hey, so throw some greetings there right quick while I check this shit.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, man, we want to give all praise and honor to Abba YAHAWAH, Shema MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? And giving all honor and praise to his beloved son, of MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI, who the world English calls Jesus Christ, right? So we want to deal with this topic concerning Jephthah, right? And a certain spin that brothers are attempting to demonize the Most High. I want to make this clear, right? We're not here to defend the Most High's action as if he needs defense. I want to make that extremely clear. We accept the Most High for who he is. This same power killed everybody on the earth except for 8 people. That means men, women, and children died. Okay? So there's been a lot of horrific things that have transpired on this earth, earthquakes, famines, pestilence. The Lord said that these things were going to happen. The life in existence in which we live is not a game. You could actually die. So therefore, the Most High don't need no defense. We are just thankful that the Most High gave us existence. And we yield and bend our will to his will. He knows better than us. It's not our job to critique the Most High and say, well, do you think he was wrong for this? Hey, brother, do you think he was wrong for that? The Most High ain't never wrong. Everything he does, we accept. I want to make that extremely clear. All right? That's called humility. He has the ability to see beyond the future, see in the past. He knows what's right better than we do. We don't get to rise up in 2025 running around talking about we going to critique the Most High because this instance right here, we think he was wrong with that. The Bible deals with this. So before we go into Jephthah, I want to go to Romans 9 real quick. And let's deal with the potter's clay and see what the Lord... See, the Most High is who he is. He's great and he's terrible. You get on his bad side, it's over for thou. It's nothing that anyone can do to pull you out of the hands of the Most High. So we don't believe in some all pure, loving God that's all emotional and dealing with your emotions and how you feel and making sure that you're okay in regards to what your opinion is about his movements.
Right.
Okay? The Most High don't have to justify himself to you because you ain't never going to rise to a position to where you will be able to judge him. Let's make that extremely clear.
Right. That's not happening in the Bible. We don't judge our creator.
Right. In regards to what sounds better or in comparison to what sounds better, the Most High don't give a damn about your opinion and what you think sounds better. That's what's wrong with this society. Everybody get a trophy. Well, not up in here. Okay? You can die, man, woman, and child, if that's the Most High's will, and we yield to that. Because he knows better.
Went out a little bit. You went out. Are you still there? Are you pausing up? I don't know if anybody can hear me. If you're in the chat, say something. Let me make sure that I'm still streaming. I'm using a new stream. It's not StreamYard, so I'm getting familiar with it. Okay, but I can see it right there. So yeah, so as to continue with what Jeremiah was saying, right? We belong to the Most High. He is our Father.
Salaki, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Okay, so you back. So you can keep going.
All right, so we're going to go in Romans 9 because, again, the idea that you can rise up with your limited intellect and all of a sudden you know more and better than the Most High is ridiculous, okay? The
Right
Bible
here.
says the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Let's start around about the 13th verse here.
Okay, bring it up.
Oh, yeah, what's that, 19?
Yeah, that was 19, but we can
Let's start at 19.
19. Okay. Romans 9 and 19. Thou will say then unto me.
No. Give me 3 scriptures before that, because what is the fault that he's referencing?
Right. Let's get to the fort. Right.
Right. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Verse 14. Let's go.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
So now brothers are getting into a position to say, hey, this right here proves that there's unrighteousness with God. The Most High already knew you Negroes was going to try to do this. He already knew it. He already knew it. And for those true believers, we don't give a damn. Okay? What is this response? What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? Is that what you proclaiming? Read.
God forbid.
Hell no. Okay? Understand this. Read.
For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
Man, woman, or child, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. Man, woman, or child. This is not a hard concept. This is the power that we serve. Right. And we okay with it. All right? Read.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
The Most High has the ability to search the heart. The Most High has the foreknowledge to know what this child is going to grow up and do. And if he feels that a child needs to be destroyed, that it is what it is. We thankful to the Most High for the time that he allowed us to have with that child. That's it, man. Read on.
So then it is not of him that willeth.
Yeah, is it your will, brother? What do you think, brother? What do you feel? Do you think the Most High was wrong right here, brother? Who gives a damn if you think that the Most High is wrong right here? We don't give a damn. We accept and we are thankful to the Most High for whatever he allows in the realms of correction, reproof, death, and life. We accept it.
Facts.
Read.
For the scripture, no, I'm sorry. So then it's not of him that willeth,
right,
nor of him that runneth,
right,
but of the Most High that showeth mercy.
Right.
For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up.
Stop right there, right? So hold on. There's a nation of people, Maharakah, that does not worship the Most High. They are idolaters. They are vagabonds. They are homosexuals. They are breaking the laws of God regularly. They don't give no acknowledgement to the God of Israel, yet they were able to rise up. It's okay. Let me let these people rise up to become the greatest on the earth. Let them amass all the power that they can amass on this earth, just so I can show my power over them. The Most High was showing his power, his authority, his ability. And that act, what happened in Egypt, became the fame of the earth and is still talked about today. Read.
Bring it out. Bring it out, brother. My bad. Let me get back to the thing. It says, therefore, matter of fact, I'm sorry. For the scripture said to Pharaoh, unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
That was the purpose. That was the reason. He allowed men, women, and children to rise up in wickedness so he could tear it down. So what? So his name would be proclaimed throughout the earth. There's a reason for the story of Jephthah. There's a reason and a moral. Some people say, what is the moral to the story? You have to understand what that purpose and what that moral and what that teaching is for you to receive, because the Bible is what? Written for our learning. It's written for our learning. So what do we learn from Jephthah? Right? Just like, what do we learn from King David? What do we learn from Solomon's? What do we learn from Isaiah and Jeremiah's life? What do we learn from these things? That's the purpose, right? Just like, think about this when it comes to Cain and Abel. Do you think that the Most High didn't know that Cain was going to kill Abel? Why didn't the Most High stop Cain from killing Abel? Why did he let it happen? So there's a multitude of horrific things that have transpired. During the time in 70 AD in Masada, our people were eating leather, all right? And a woman got caught boiling her own child. These are the horrific things that have transpired on this earth, man. Do we then now look to the Most High and say, you're wrong for allowing this to happen? Or is there a moral to the story? Is there a moral to us understanding the importance of not falling in the hands of being on the outside of the Most High's grace? This is what happens to you. You're supposed to learn things. The Most High didn't create this existence for all of us to be happy, kumbaya. Happiness is a phase. You go through happiness, you go through good times, you go through bad times. That's what life is. This is a temporary trial for to see how you're going to spend eternity, man. That's what it tells us in Ecclesiastes chapter 3. There's a time for what? Everything. The question is, do you have the humility to humble yourself in the eyes of the Most High and accept his will? Read on. Can't hear you, Maha.
I muted myself. Okay, I'm back. All right, so he says in verse, what do you mean, 18?
Yeah.
Therefore have he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will be hardened. Right? Thou would say then unto me, this the Negro, what a question the Most High.
Right.
Why doeth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? Right? Nay, but, O man, who art thou?
Right, man. Hey, man, take Jeremiah jinx off my face, man. What the hell's going on in here?
Do it. It's Jeremiah. That's our Jeremiah.
Shalom, man.
Yeah,
but take his post off of there, bro. What's going on?
Okay. Oh, you can't see your worlds?
Yeah, man. I want to see the world, man. You know what I'm saying? 12 times rising.
Verity. All right. It says, nay, but, oh man, who art thouest?
Who art thouest?
That replies against the Most High.
Who art thou to rise up in 2025 and say, Mahal, you know what happened to Jephthah, man? That was dead wrong.
Right.
You know, men having to kill his own child, that is evil and wicked.
Right. What kind of God is that?
What kind of God would do that? My God, my
Right.
power,
Almighty power.
the one that created the heavens and the earth. All right, that one.
The
Who
one
are
that,
you to rise up and say and reply us against God? Read.
right. So the thing formed,
Right.
say to him that formed it,
Right.
why hast thou made me thus?
Why hast thou made me an Edomite? Why hast thou made me a Idumean? Why hast thou made me an Egyptian?
Right. Well, I can't be the Israelite.
Right. Why you didn't make me the king of Israel? Why can't I be a prophet? Right? For all you reincarnate alites out there. All right. Well, nah, bro. Nah. We are dealing with humility. We are thankful for whatever the will of the Most High is. We are working doubly hard not to get on his bad side. All right. What do you think emotions come from? The Most High gets upset, man, of the foolishness of this earth, man. Who art thou to reply us against God? Read.
Right. Who art thou that replies against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Right. Read on.
Have not the potter power over the clay?
That's what you are. You want to make yourself of extreme importance. Now you have been formed. You have been created. Now you get to turn to your creator and question him. Well, you know, if I was God, I wouldn't allow this to go on. I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that. Who gives a damn about your opinion, man? Huh?
Right.
Huh?
Many have been deceived by their own vain opinions.
Come on, man. We got to wake up, man. I'm sick of it, man. And one thing I'm not going to do is go into the Bible and try to make it seem why the Most High did this and try to make it more softer or try to soften up the appearance. Like I'm working on PR for the Most High. No.
Soften the blow.
Right. No. Whatever the Most High will is, through humility, we accept. That's just it, man. That's just it. And we don't give a damn. You know, well, what about this? What about that? We don't give a damn. So that's what the Most High did. We accept it.
Facts. Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
See that? Some people are made to be destroyed. So what kind of God would do that? My God.
Right. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The power that destroyed every firstborn living male and beast in Egypt.
Right.
And plagued them with 7 marvelous plagues. That power.
Right. 10 plagues. But go ahead.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
Right.
Rain down fire from heaven, man on man, woman, and child. Told the children of Israel to go into the land of Canaan and kill man, woman, and child, and beast. Right? Read on.
And that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory.
See that, man? So now let's go pick up Jephthah, man.
10. Right. Okay. So here we go. Let's go to Judges. Thank you for the 10 plagues, brother. I'm bugging out. Going off. Okay. We here. Let me see. Let me put my screen all the way up right quick. All right.
Let's make this clear. So Jephthah found himself, if you know the story, he found himself outside of the favor of his tribe. There was rumors being spread about his mother and the circumstances concerning his birth. So he was outside the favor of the tribe. So you have to think about the mindset of his spirit and what was in his heart. This is what the Most High is dealing with, right? So you can have the spirit of the Most High and still be corrected, still be reproved. We can see that with King David. Even though he had the spirit of the Lord, the first child that was born to Bathsheba died. Who killed him?
The Most High.
So,
51:11.
but yet, was the spirit gone? Is the Most High not dealing with him no more? Did not he have great and wonderful things that transpired after that? But yet, he still, for that act, he still had turmoil in his household. So what was going on with Jephthah? What was going on with Jephthah's spirit? We're going to read it. Let's go.
All right. So I just want to show, cast me not away from thy presence and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. David.
So he still had the spirit, and he was asking for the spirit to not be taken, correct?
Correct.
Even though he committed a wicked act, the Lord was still with him at that point. Correct?
And when you read the book of Josephus, it says that David was perfect until that situation happened. Right? And after all of that, and when all the other kings will be going off, the wicked kings that ascended to the throne of his children, he said that their heart wasn't perfect like my servant David.
Right.
David. What are you talking about? MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI is coming through the lineage of David. All of that. So,
and so he still had the spirit, even though he transgressed. The Most High will have what? Mercy on whom he will have mercy.
Will have mercy.
Right?
Judges 11:1. Now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of an harlot.
Right.
And Gilead begot Jephthah. Right?
Right.
And Gilead's wife bare him sons. And his wife's sons grew up. And they thrust out Jephthah and said unto him, thou shalt not inherit in our father's house, for thou art the son of a strange woman.
See that? So he's thrust out. This is very important for you to understand what kind of spirit was on Jephthah and what the Most High wanted to correct in his spirit. All right? So he can be used as a vessel of honor. A lot of us have things within us that need to be purged out. That don't mean that the Most High spirit is not with us. Let's make that clear. Right? Come on.
Verse 3. Then Jephthah fled from his brethren and dwelt in the land of Tob, and there were gathered vain men to Jephthah and went out with him. Vain men. That's a very interesting thing.
Think about Jephthah's spirit now. Think about Jephthah's spirit.
Very interesting there. Vain.
Right.
Hanging around vain men.
Right. Come on.
And it came to pass in the process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel. Verse 5. And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob.
So now they're going to Jephthah, who had been outside of the community of the Gileadites, and he has been what? Surrounded by what? Vain men. Right? So think about his spirit. Read.
And it says, I'm sorry. And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob. And they said unto Jephthah, come and be our captain, that we may fight with the children of Ammon.
So now think about this, right? You've been kicked out of the community. You've been living outside of the community. And now all of a sudden that same community come to you for help. Think about what your spirit will be.
Right.
Think about in your own household. Think about your homies that you grew up with, right? And they kicked you out. And now all of a sudden they in trouble and they come to you for help. He had the same spirit that most of you Negroes would have. What did he say to him?
And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead. Am I saying it right? Gilead, which one? Gilead?
Gilead, yeah.
Gilead. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, did not ye hate me?
Right, hold on. Did not you hate me? Come on.
And expel me out of my father's house?
Didn't y'all kick me out of the crib? Come on.
And why are ye come unto me now?
Now you want to come to the world.
Right. Now you want to come house when ye are in distress? let's put that, have this attitude, because people been there. Right? Somebody done did something to you, whether it was your woman, whoever it was, they try to make peace offers with thouits. Right? And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, therefore we turn again to thee now, that thou mayest go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and
Right.
be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead.
So now you have to, right here at this moment, Mahal, right here at this moment is a pivotal moment that we need to understand to properly comprehend Jephthah's spirit.
Right.
What kind of spirit did he have on him at this moment? He had a spirit of revenge. He had a spirit of opportunist. He had a spirit of paying these people back, right, for what they did to him. Now
Right.
it's his opportunity. So you have to think about that spirit. The Most High had to correct that spirit that's within him, and later on, after he corrected him, he went on to be a great man in Israel. But the Most High had to do something climactic in his life to change that spirit and that heart that he had. Let's see what happened. Read.
You see what that vein means there? Empty vein, empty of vessels, empty, idle, worthless, ethically.
Right.
Right.
Worthless.
You have to have good ethics.
Right.
Right. And he was hanging around who? Vain fellows.
Right.
Remember that. Vain fellows. Hold on. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay. Make sure I mess up the screen. Hold on. All right. So now I just want to go back to that verse about the vain part.
Right.
Okay. And these are the people he hung around with. And there were gathered vain men to Jephthah. Okay. Understand that. So now we go back down to verses, what we at? Verse 9. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, if ye bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and YAHAWAH delivered them before me, shall I be your head? Right?
See now, you see what's in his mind now? You're like, oh yeah, I'm finna rule over these niggas now. Y'all kicked me out and denied me my inheritance from my father. Y'all kicked me out. Now it's my opportunity to get some payback. See? And that's what was in his heart. He wanted to rule over those who mistreated him. That's the problem. That's the moral of the story that you all need to get, man. The Most High had to fix that heart within him. Oh, and he fixed it. Read.
Right. So we in that was 9, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We in 10. So I remember, like you said, the brother said, "Shall I be your head?"
Right.
And the elders of Gilead said on Jephthah, "YAHAWAH is another vow." This is a vow. And
Right.
YAHAWAH be witness between us if we do not so according to thy words. All right. So they enter into a contract.
That's
promise.
right.
Okay. So
now, Mahal, he got him.
Right.
He got him now. So he wanted to win this battle desperately. There was nothing of any importance in his life more than him winning this battle. So much so that he made a vow. See? And this vow, based upon his desperate heart,
don't give it away too soon.
Based on his desperate heart, he wanted to rule over these people who mistreated him, man. Right? You right. Let's go.
Right. So you have in 9 and 10 that Jephthah is saying, I'll be your head, and the Lord delivered them before me, shall I be your head. And so they confirm, Lord will be our witness, right? Between us, we do not so according to thy words. So they enter into a vow. Then Jephthah went, Judges 11:11. Then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and captain over them. Okay? And Jephthah uttered all his words before YAHAWAH in Mizpah. So now he's the head of the people. Right?
Now he's the head.
He's the head.
Right, come on.
He's going to be talking to the Most High. Jephthah uttered all his words before YAHAWAH in Mizpah. And Jephthah sent messages unto the king of the children of Ammon, saying, what hast thou to do with me? Thou art come against me to fight in my land. And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messengers.
I'm going to tell you something. This is powerful because a lot of us don't have the ability to remember what transpired in our antiquity. Most of us can only go back to slavery, but a lot of us can't even trace ourselves through our grandparents and say we were in slavery in Mississippi. We was in slavery in Virginia. A lot of us can't. Some of us can, though, but a lot of us can't trace that history. So he's going to trace this history to substantiate them having the ability to occupy that land in which they took. Go ahead.
Do not put the chip. Okay. All right. And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messengers of Jephthah, because Israel took away my land when it came out of Egypt, from Arnon even on to Jabbok.
Right. And for all you Negroes running around talking about Ruth was a Gentile. Did you hear what he said about Arnon River and the land that they took? Yeah, but that's another topic, though. Yeah, I'm taking shots. All right, understand me.
I see you taking the shots.
Yeah. So he's mad about that land. So that land was occupied by the children of Israel. He wanted it back. That's where Ruth came out of. If you go and you deal with the country of Moab, that's above the Arnon River, which was in the possession of the children of Israel. I just wanted to point that out. We can read on.
Oh, boy, I tell you, boy. Boy, you taking some shots, boy. You taking that's like the second, third one I heard over there on the load, brother.
That's right. That's right.
From Arnon even on to Jabbok and on to Jordan. Now, therefore, restore those lands again peaceably.
Right. So those lands again was in the possession of the Israelites. Right. Read on.
And Jephthah sent messengers again unto the king of the children of Ammon, and said unto him, thus said Jephthah, Israel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon.
Right.
But when Israel came up from Egypt and walked through the wilderness onto the Red Sea and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messages. Let me go to the studio. All right. Then Israel, Shalom, Judah the shooter. He talking about the Mahal just get hit. Hey man, he been trying to throw shots. He threw shots first, reincarnation, and talk about you. Bro, I'm listening, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, sucker nigga.
You know, I'm like, okay, that's true, bro. I'm listening to thou. Then Israel sent message unto the king of Edom, saying, let me, I pray thee, pass through thy land. And hey, Judah Shooter, I've been watching your virgin birth. You was doing your thing on there, brother. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch a little bit of it again, man. I don't know. I might be converted, brother.
That's right.
Then Israel sent messages unto the king of Edom, saying, let me, I pray thee, pass through thy land. And the king of Edom would not hearken thereto. And in like manner, they sent unto the king of Moab, but he would not consent. And Israel abode in Kadesh. Then they went along through the wilderness and compassed the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab.
Yeah, man, he's running down the history, bro. So they had records within each tribe that they could refer to on how the children of Israel received those lands and what transpired concerning them occupying those lands. Right? And it's about 300 years later after they had that. It's going to tell you that. Right? So as we continue, again, he's interacting with the king of Ammon, right? And Ammon is upset because they want their lands back, right? Go ahead, Mahal.
Okay, verse 18, Judges 11:18. Then they went along through the wilderness and compassed the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched on the other side of Arnon, but came not within the border of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab.
Right.
And Israel sent messages unto Sihon, king of the Amorites. I'm just gonna have to do my breakdown on Ruth now.
Yeah. Just remember Arnon River. That's what you remember, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Judges 11:19. And sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, the king of Heshbon, and Israel said unto him, let us pass, we pray thee, through thy land into my place. But Sihon trusted not Israel to pass through its coast. But Sihon gathered all his people together and pitched in Jahaz and fought against Israel.
Let's speed up the reading, man, and get through this part because it's just telling the story. But go ahead.
Right. And YAHAWAH, are you edifying? And YAHAWAH,
no, I'm saying let's get through this part so we can get to the meat, but you got it.
All right. And delivered Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel, and they smote them. So Israel possessed the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that country. And they possessed all the coast of the Amorites, from Arnon even onto Jabbok, and from the wilderness even onto Jordan. So now, YAHAWAH, power of Israel, have, what's that? Disposed the Amorites from before his people, Israel, and shouldest thou possess it?
Right. So he disposed of it. So now it's supposed to be yours after the Lord already gave it to us? Nah. Go ahead.
Will not thou possess that which Chemos, thy God, giveth thee to possess?
Right. Chemos, that's their God. right? Come
Right.
on.
God. So whosoever Yahweh our power shall drive.
And let me make this clear. Some of you Negroes got another God. Okay.
Right.
Let's make that clear. You
Right.
don't like the way this God is functioning, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You don't like him. That means you got another God. Understand that, man. Read.
Right. I'm looking at you, Judah the shoot up. I see what he's saying over there. Okay, my bad. Will not thou possess that which Chemos thy God giveth thee to possess? So whomsoever the Lord Yahweh our power should drive out from before us, them will we possess. And now art thou anything better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against Israel? Or did he ever fight against them? Oh man, I pull the thing down. While Israel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Aroer and her towns, and in all the cities that be along the coast of Arnon, 300 years. Why therefore did ye not recover them within that time? Woo!
See that? How many years? 300 years, man. From the time the children of Israel took possession of the land of Canaan, 300 years later is the book of Judges dealing with Jephthah. 300 years later. Come on.
Wherefore I have not sinned against thee, but thou doest me wrong to war against me. Yahweh the judge, key word, Yahweh the judge, be judged this day between the children of Israel and the children of Ammon.
Right.
That making that statement, who the Most High is, he's the judge. I mean, once he, make
That's
that judgment,
That's
it's
right.
it. You can't change it. Howbeit, the king of the children of Ammon hearkened not unto the words of Jephthah, which he sent them. Now, here we have this word.
Hey, listen, let me remind everybody too. When we took this land 300 years before what we're reading, the Most High God told them to kill man, woman, and child in that land. Am I right about that, Mahal?
Everything.
Man, woman, and child, and animals, correct?
Correct.
So this God we serve is a terrible God, ain't he?
Right. We didn't get to the promised land by lighting candles and holding hands and go to the heathen and say, hey, heathen guys, our Lord said, you must give up this land. He promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
You're right.
So we just wait for y'all to leave.
Right.
It was war, bloodshed, bodies. Stop the cap, man. We don't have no damn fairy tales. How you say it? Skipping in the tulips.
Right. Damn kumbaya God that want everybody hold hands and it doesn't matter what race you are. Nonsense. Okay.
And you can judge me if you don't like my judgments. What? Jephthah's tragic vow. Tragic vow they have in the caption. Tragic. Let's see what's so tragic about this vow. Because we have brothers is trying to have a debate versus brothers that's trying to demonize.
Let's just stay with what we're teaching, right?
Oh yeah, I'm saying
okay.
What we're teaching.
The reason I'm saying that, Mahal, the reason I'm saying that is because
I got you.
We have to define what is this tragic vow. It's right there in front of you, brothers and sisters. Why is it tragic?
Right here.
Right? Hey, Mahal, is it tragic for a woman to vow virginity for her entire life?
Man,
that's not tragic, right?
No. You don't have to. If a woman want to be a virgin for the rest of her life, that's nothing tragic.
Right.
What's tragic about that? If a man want to be a eunuch, what's tragic about that?
But if a man or a woman dies before having an opportunity to be married and have children, and they die, that's pretty tragic, right? That means that they died young. So anytime a youth dies, it's a tragedy because they didn't even have an opportunity to live their life. That's why it's a tragedy when a child dies before a parent. It's tragic. And I've had these deaths in my family where my relatives and my cousins had to bury their children, man. You understand? So that's tragic.
Tragic doesn't sound good, bro.
Right.
I mean, why would they put that definition there? Why? Okay, why would they do that?
So let's make it clear. He wanted to rule over the people of Manasseh so bad because Jephthah, I mean, the Gileadites are from the tribe of Manasseh. A lot of people don't know that. That's the tribe of Manasseh, right? So Gilead was because of the family, his father, and on and so forth, right? Not because they're another race of people. These are Israelites from the tribe of Manasseh. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what the word tragic mean here. Relating to or characteristics of dramatic tragedy or tragedies. 3, having the elements of tragedy involving death,
Right,
grief, or destruction. I want to make sure we see why they put that caption there, right? Mournful or pitiable, right? So let's go back to the blues. Then the spirit of YAHAWAH came upon Jephthah.
Hold on. So what does this mean? The spirit of YAHAWAH came on him, so now he's going to be a perfect vessel and makes no mistakes, and he's just going to be this great person that never makes a mistake. Right?
Wow. Right.
I mean, this is the mindset of some brothers. He's going to, since the spirit of the Lord is on him, now he makes no mistakes. No, the Most High is dealing with this brother, and he's going to correct this brother's spirit, man, right? Because he risked it all to become ruler over the tribe of Manasseh. Let's read.
Then the spirit of YAHAWAH came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead he passed over onto the children of Ammon. And Jephthah, here we go. Now we got a great background. Thank you, Jeremiah. Now here's where the rubber meets the road for real, okay? Right? And Jephthah vowed a vow unto YAHAWAH. I'm stopping right there. You're stopping right there. Let's go to Numbers. Let's understand what a vow is. The law of vows in the law. And Moses spoke unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing which YAHAWAH have commanded. Commanded. Right? If a man vow a vow.
If a man vow a vow
unto YAHAWAH, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. That's going to come up in the story.
Right.
He shall do according to what? All.
Right.
That proceeded out of his mouth. Simple. You cannot run from that. Let me get this other one right quick. Ecclesiastes 5 and 4. When thou vowest a vow unto YAHAWAH, defer not to pay it, for he have no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. So you become an instant enemy to the Most High, buddy.
Right.
Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than thou shouldest vow and not pay. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say, thou before the angel, that it was an error. Wherefore shall Yahawah be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thy hands. Understand, Most High is not playing, man, about that vow stuff, bro. Y'all trying to minimize, people are trying to minimize the vow. And he said he commanded this. So let's go down here to Jephthah's tragic vow. In Jephthah, Judges 11:30. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto Yahawah and said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to
let's
meet.
look at this right here. Door of my house. Let's make this clear, because people tend to think that means simply somebody walking out of his front door, like you and I have a front door. So somebody walking out of the front door. That's not what that's talking about, right? So what does it say here?
Door, gate.
All right, so it could be a door or a gate, right? What else?
It says a chest lid of crocodile jaws, the doors of heaven go down. Gate, doors, right? And it says doors there with it was plural, so it's not just talking about a one door like you go into your house. It says doors, right?
Right. So that means what? That means if you have 7 acres and you have a huge gate, right, entering into your 7 acres, and your house is further back into your land, and I got to drive up to get to your house, the doors of your house is your gates, right? Entering into your land. That's the doors of your house, right? So it's not necessarily simply talking about he's vowing a vow for people. This vow is a vow for people only. No, it's not. I want to make that clear, right, Mahal?
All day, every day. VB worlds. Okay. And it says, then it shall be. Yes, remember this guy hung around vain fellows. He wanted revenge, wanted power, all this stuff like that, right? Then it should be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's, right? Come. It's gonna be given to the Most High, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. Let me go right back right quick. Then it should be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me. He says, I will offer it up for a burnt offering. What is a burnt offering? We can just look it up there, I guess. We know what a burnt offering is. Stop the cat, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do this, man. This is crazy.
What was that? What was that? Leviticus 13, I believe.
Maybe so. But we can get it from right here. We get all of that from right here, right? It means whole burnt offering, right?
Meaning the entire thing is burnt up.
The whole thing,
right?
Sin, stairway, steps. So it have to be in context. I mean, this can't just add a sin stairway just make it to be something you want to make it out of context. It says burnt sacrifice, burnt offering. Look at this. Let me click on this right here. The first thing it goes to is the story of Isaac.
Why is that?
Why is that? Why is this going right to Genesis 22?
Read that.
Genesis 22 and 2. And he said, take now thy son, thy only Isaac, they go to only worlds, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, because this time Ishmael was out of there, okay? And get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee. Now, for the most
Yo, that man froze in a crazy position. So, you back?
Huh?
You back?
Who, me?
Yeah, you froze out, bro.
I froze out?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Why I look like I'm in the what the hell is going on, yeah?
You just changed
Hold on,
positions because you went out and you came back in.
Oh, my internet tripping, man. Golly. So so what part you heard? I gotta go over Genesis 22:2.
Yeah, just burnt offering to
And he said,
and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee.
right. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him and Isaac his son and clave the wood for the burnt offering. And
Right.
Isaac, when you go in the book of Jasher, I have it, right? And I go in the book of, matter of fact, here in the Josephus, it tell you that he was like 25 years old. For the people that try to make it seem like he was a baby.
Yeah, some little kid or something.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was a little baby or something, which is crazy.
Yeah, and notice, if you're familiar with the story, he was going to use a knife before he burnt him up, right? So before we're not suggesting that Jephthah burnt his daughter alive. The Bible does not tell us how the offering or the burnt offering went concerning that. So I want to make that clear, right? So before you start speculating about what happened, the Bible didn't say.
Right.
But it did say it happened.
Indeed. All right. So the interesting thing is that burnt offering went straight to Isaac. And everybody should know that the Most High sent the angel or some angel to him and told him, all right, don't do it again. Because he was going to do what the Lord said. And the Lord intervened in this case. Right? So that was just interesting to see how that burnt offering. You want to know what that burnt offering is? Genesis 22:3.
Right.
That's it right there. Then you go to Exodus 18:12. And Jephthah, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrificed it for God. And Aaron came and all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before the Most High. Right? So they're eating part of the burnt offering. Let's not play these games, man. So if you want to look up burnt offering, just go into the text. Right? So we're not going to sit here all day long and do all that. Okay? So let me just go back and click up.
Hold up. Let's deal with that first the boys that are offerings to the Lord. We have to deal with that, right?
Which one?
I believe it's Exodus Leviticus 13, right? Scroll down.
Okay.
What does it say right there? What is it? Leviticus 4? Yeah, 4. Leviticus 4. That's right. Right there, yeah.
Right. I know
Yeah.
what you are.
Yeah, so let's make this clear, right?
Let me just get the book, man.
Yeah, let's click on it, yeah.
The law of burnt offerings. And Yahweh called unto Moses and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, If any man of you bring an offering unto Yahweh, ye shall bring your offering of the cattle, even of the herd and of the flock. If his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male.
No. Let him offer anything. Let him offer what?
A male.
Let him offer a male. Let's make that clear. A male, right? Read.
Without blemish. I don't think that they ever offered a female animal.
Right.
He shall offer it of his own voluntarily will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before Yahweh. He should put his hands upon the head of the burnt offering, and it should be accepted for him to make an atonement for him.
Hold on. So that's that word door again. So the tabernacle was set up like this. So it had an enclosement. And then you walk in, and then there's an inner court. Am I right about that, Mahal? It's an inner court, right? In the door of the tabernacle. So then when you're actually getting into the tabernacle, that's a door for you to get into the actual tabernacle where the showbread was, right? But there's an outer court. So you can go into the tabernacle, the door of the tabernacle, which is on the outside of the outer court. Am I correct about that?
Bring it out, brother.
Right. So I just wanted to make that clear concerning the door of the tabernacle.
And I want to make sure when I talked about Isaac, Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews, chapter 13, part 3 or 2 book. This is Antiquity of the Jews, chapter 13. And it says, Now they had brought with them everything necessary for a sacrificing, except the animal that was to be offered only. Now Isaac was 25 years old, and as he was building the altar, he asked his father what he was about to offer, since there was no animal there for an oblation, to which it was answered. So if anybody up there putting little children pictures up there and acting like Isaac was a baby and all this stuff like that, no. You can read this whole thing here, okay? Right? So I'm just giving you the reference. You go there, study, get your study game on and all that, right? And we also have this account that we're reading in Judges in book 5, Antiquity of the Jews, chapter 7, start with verse 10 on down, about this vow, right? So just to go along with the point we on right now, and when he had given them his answer, he sent the ambassadors away, and when he had prayed for victory and had vowed to perform sacred office, and if he came home in safety, to offer in sacrifice what living creature whatsoever shall first meet him.
What living creature shall meet him? That's very important.
Right.
So the vow, so Jephthah never made a vow for his daughter. That was never a part, that was not in his mind at all. How do we know that? You're going to soon find out.
And he said it in the vow. He said whatsoever. He didn't say his daughter.
I want you to read in this Leviticus about the male being offered and them going to the serving their life in the temple.
Leviticus 1 and 3 again. If this offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it, and that blemish is a very important thing too, though. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before Yahweh. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering. It should be accepted for him to make atonement for him. And he should kill the bullock before Yahweh.
Scroll down. That's dealing with the animals. I want to deal with the males. Right?
All right, where we at?
Let me see here.
Was it this
one?
Yeah.
It was definitely Exodus? Here. We had to go back up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh no, I think it was on down.
That's as far I'm getting
Okay, let
right
me
there,
see.
brother. I think they're pulling something out of Exodus, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, about offering their the child. Yeah, scroll down on there. First meal. Yeah, basically they're offering their child. So they're offering their child as a burnt offering. So that means they got to go work in the temple. But that's not a reason to mourn that your child is working in the temple, bro, or working in a tabernacle for the priest. That's not a reason to mourn. And I'm going to prove that.
Yeah, so let's just get back to over there, man. Because
all right, so real quick, man, I want you to go to the book of Samuel, chapter 1, and let's see what Samuel's mother offered her son. And let's see if it was a sad thing.
Right. And here's when I looked up burnt sacrifice, where did it go? If it's offered be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. So it's going, this when you are offering anything as a burnt offering or burnt sacrifice, it's a living thing. Period. It's a living thing. All right. So you want to go to First Samuel?
Yeah. So the brother had quoted the scripture, and it was concerning the first male offering unto the Lord, and they would work in the temple and work for the Lord for the remainder of their life. This is what happened with Samuel. All right.
Am I spelling this right?
Chapter 1, you went to 16 and 1.
Okay, my bad.
Just go to the quick nav. Quick nav. You don't have to type it in. Quick
Where
nav.
I go at?
Quick nav. Yeah, right there in the middle. Yeah, right there. Go to Samuel.
All right, I'm sleeping on this, buddy. Okay. All right, boom.
All right. Read 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. And he had 2 wives. The name of the one was Hanan, and the name of the other Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no
let's
children.
Read about Hannah. Scroll down a little bit. Vow, right there, verse 11. Here we go, another vow.
Right? So I'm reading 9. So Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon a seat by a post of the temple of Yahweh, and she was in bitterness of soul and prayed unto Yahweh and wept sore. And she vowed a vow. There you go again. On to it said, O Yahweh of hosts, if thou will indeed look on the affliction of thy handmaid and remember me, and not forget thy handmaid, but will give unto thy handmaid a man child, then I will give him unto Yahweh all the days of his key thing there, life.
So is this a sad thing? Is this something for you to mourn that she would do this? Is she going to be sad? No, she's going to be happy she had a child and he's going to be serving the Lord. That's not something to be sad about, right? And it came to pass, right? And it came to pass as she continued praying before the Lord that Eli marked her mouth, right? Right.
All right. So what happened? She had the child. Samuel was born to Hannah. And they rose up in the morning early and worshiped before Yahweh and returned and came to their house of Ramah. And Elkanah knew Hannah his wife, and Yahweh remembered her. Wherefore it came to pass when the time was come about after Hannah had conceived, that she bare a son and called his name Samuel, saying, because I have asked him of Yahweh. And the male Elkanah and all his house went up to offer unto Yahweh. the yearly sacrifice and his vow. But Hannah went not up, for she said unto her husband, I will not go up until the child be weaned. How long is that? 3 years. And then I will bring him that he may appear before Yahweh and there abide forever.
There you go. Right?
And that he may appear before Yahweh and abide there forever. Okay? That's what we read.
Because this is not something to mourn. There was not a memorial that was kept for this. Nobody was sad about this.
There was no memorial 3 times a year, 4 times a year for
Samuel. No
sister. For Peninnah, what's her name? Peninnah or for Samuel?
Right, Hannah.
Hannah, yeah, Hannah. Or Samuel.
Right. And Samuel was a male.
A male.
Right. So let's get back to Jephthah, man. We're gonna wrap this thing up because it's important that you all understand these points, because what we're gonna do is accept what the Most High has done. It's important that you have to comprehend what was the moral to the story concerning Jephthah's spirit. Right? So let's pick back up where we left off.
All right, Judges, back to the book of Judges, 11:29. We'll read it again. And then the spirit of Yahweh came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead he passed over unto the children of Ammon. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto Yahweh, and said, If thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, right? To meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be Yahweh's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering.
Now, when we read that about Samuel, did Hannah say at any time that she was going to offer Samuel or the child up for a burnt offering?
No.
Exactly.
I didn't read that.
Right.
I didn't read that. I read no, I didn't read that. Did we read that?
No,
we didn't read that. No, that's not in there. Okay.
All right, let's drop down here.
Okay, I got you. I'm in another tab. My bad. Where we at? I'm here. Back here. Yes.
Let's move down because we got some other things that we want to share about the ending of this story, man. Right.
All right. Boom. All right. So we're gonna get past the little fight that he did. Right. We're gonna come to verse 34. Right. And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to what? Meet him. Meet him. That's what he said, right? Up here. That's what he said. Doors of my house to meet me.
We have to be careful with what we vow unto the Most High, right? And that's a part of being careful with what you say. And not only that, why did he feel that it was necessary to say it? Because his heart was not right, because he desired to rule over those who cast him out. It's very important you understand why he felt he wanted to say anything he could so he could rule over those that cast him out. Read on.
Come on. Now let me read again. And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances. And she was his only child, similar to, what was said over there in Isaac, but we know he had a brother. Besides her, he had neither son nor daughter. right? And it came to
So
pass.
he had neither son or daughter at that time. It's very important. Abraham had children at the age of 90. Okay, so who's to say he could not have more children? But what we do know is at this time, this is the only child that he had. Okay, that's very important. Right now at this time, here's the only child he had. Who says that he couldn't have more children? Read on.
And let me just catch up in the Josephus with that, right? For it was his daughter, right? But as he came back, he fell into calamity. No way correspondence to great actions he had done. For it was his daughter that came to meet him. She was also an only child and a virgin, right? So now, that's in the Josephus. I want to pull it up on the screen. And it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes. Now, this is what something you were saying, very powerful, brother, the other day, right? About rent. Why do they rent their clothes? Why is he renting his clothes? Right? It says to tear in pieces, to rent, to tear away or out, to tear, reasunder, right? To make wide or open the eyes. That's not in the context, right? To be rent, to split asunder. Now, when you click on rent, which is being used here 54 times, and you go here, and Reuben returned onto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. Why? Because they thought that he died.
Right.
Okay? When you click on the verse there, it says, and he returned unto his brother and said, the child is not there, and I, whither shall I go? And they took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of the goats and dipped the coat in the blood. Right? Right? So they basically they presenting a death to their father. Okay? That's one instance there. What was it? It said Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins and mourned for his son many days. Right? Death. Okay? What is this one? Genesis 44 and 13. Let's see what this is. What is this? Let me go to a different one. I did not prepare this. I didn't write no notes down or anything. This is straight up. We just going in the script. That's it. Right? Joshua, some of them came up and some of them were, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. Right? I guess that's what the time when they saw all of, the people and thought they was going to be finished. Right? So when you go through all of this, you when you look up the word rent and you go through verses on certain scriptures, it's going to talk about a death or something terrible happened. Okay? So let's just go back. Let's just go back. So you can keep going through this thing right quick. Hold up. Let me go back. That he rent his clothes and said, alas, my daughter, that has brought me very low. What does that mean? What has brought her very low? Where's the brother at? Hold on. This internet is crazy. I don't know what's going on. But it says, and it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, alas, my daughter, that has brought me very low. Right? So why is he feeling low? What's the point of him feeling low? What is he low about? Right? So if he's feeling low, what's this feeling? What's this feeling here? Let's see. Low, kara. Kneel down and rest, bow down, crouch down, low. Feeling low, we know if we look it up in the freedictionary.com. I don't know, let me call Jeremiah and see what's up, what happened with this joint. Right, so low. What it says here, having a little relative height, I ain't got nothing to do with height, nothing to do with none of that. And a low position, level, or space. Inferior culture. Trying to see what they have here. He's feeling low. Feeling low. Come on. I got a whole bunch of definitions over here. To cause to fall by a blow, to keep or be concealed or quiet, right? Well, we understand when somebody say low, you're feeling bad. Why is he feeling bad? Because he opened his mouth crazy. We about to see it right now. He opened his mouth crazy and made a vow, right? And he's about to talk about it. And it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me, for I have opened my mouth unto YAHAWAH, and I cannot go back. Remember that? He cannot go back. You cannot take it back. That's why the Bible says by the tongue, it says what? By thy words thou should be justified, by thy words thou should be condemned. Every idle word that man should speak should give account of a day of judgment. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. It speaks about the tongue in your words all through the Bible. And the Lord gave us a law concerning vows, right? So what is he feeling low for if she's not going to be a sacrifice or not going to be an offering, a burnt offering? Because brother's trying to make it seem like it's she's going to go to a monastery or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then the daughters of Israel going to come and worship her, and praise her four times out of the year, which is crazy, right? You see what I'm saying? Because what? She's going to remain a virgin? Does that make sound sense? Doesn't make no sense. And these are the conversations. See, I don't have a problem with accepting the power of Israel, because we already established that in the book of Romans. The Lord does what he wants to do. Simple, not what you want him to do or I want him to do. He does what he wants to do, right? And she said on to him. And the key thing here is how this sister responded to her father. He didn't rent his clothes and said, you brought me down low and I'm troubled in the spirit now because you're going to go to a monastery, you're going to have to go to the temple or some madness or die without, you know what I'm saying, having children. I'd rather my child live and I see my child grow up and do productive things and great things on the planet Earth, even if she don't have a child. What are we talking about here? He made a vow to the Lord and said he's going to offer up the first thing that comes to him, which was a foolish vow he made. It was foolish. It wasn't specific. And he did not say in his vow that he was going to offer up his daughter, which Deuteronomy, the 12th chapter, the brothers brought out Deuteronomy 12th chapter. Let me bring it out before I continue. I think that's the chapter the brother was talking about the law of sacrifice down here. Let me find that. Right here. Deuteronomy 12:29. When Yahweh thy power shall cut off the nation from before thee, whither thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them and dwellest in their land. Take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. First thing, Jephthah was not in this spirit at all. He was not in this spirit. He was talking about Yahweh, right? So that spirit he was not in. Thou shalt not do so unto Yahweh thy God. So you're not going to do what these heathens doing, right? By what are you going to say right here? For every abomination to the Lord, to the Yahweh, which he hated, have they done unto their gods. For even, now it's going to get to what's going on with brothers arguing. For even their sons and their daughters have they burnt in the fire to their gods. He said, I don't want you to do that. Don't do that to me, right? Then it says, what things soever I command you, observe to do it. Thou shalt not add thereto, nor diminish from it. So even with this right here, and listen, Jephthah did not offer up his daughter. Now, if anybody listening, I'm going to go back to his vow. He did not say in his vow that I'm going to offer up my daughter. It's whatsoever. And in the Josephus, I just read it over here. I'm about to pull it up. Let's see if I can pull it up. Let's see if I can pull it up so y'all can see it. Let me pull it up right quick. Let me see if I can pull it up for y'all, so you can see it. And to the Jews, book 5, 7. Where art thou? I should have had some of this stuff pulled up already, but we was doing this last minute. Hold up. I'm in the wrong chapter. That's what's going on. Well, I just read it from my book, man. I don't got time to do all that. Right? So you see here, it says in Deuteronomy 12 and 31, we are not to burn our children to Yahweh or to any gods, right? To their gods. We only have one God, one Father, one power, Yahweh, right? And he said, whatsoever I command you, observe to do it. Just like when we read in Numbers, the 30th chapter, when he told Moses to tell them about the vows, I command you. It's a command to keep your vow. Just want to make sure I bring that out again, right? Bring it out again, right? Why I keep doing that? Quick nav, Numbers 30. This is better. I like this. As Moses spoke unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing Yahweh have commanded. So you can't eliminate this, okay? And trying to use Deuteronomy 12 out of context. That's it. Let's go back to where we was at. Back to Judges. Judges 11. Now, we is in verse, and we at the end of this. So he rent his clothes, 11:35, and it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me. All these key things. For I open my mouth unto Yahweh, and I cannot go back. You can't take it back. Remember, we read that in Ecclesiastes 5. You can't pray to the angel and say it was an error. I made a mistake. You can't take it back. It's gotta be pushed in the head, man. Like, you know, I understand that we may get in our emotions and feelings about things, but it ain't about our feelings. It's not. Right? Where we at? Here. Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin, neither say that thou before the angel, verse 6, that it was an error. Wherefore your most high power be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thy hands. Right? He's telling you in 5, you have to pay. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than thou shouldest vow and not pay. Right? Pay. For when thou vows a vow to Yahawah, defer not to pay it. For you have no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Jephthah was being a damn fool. Because he was caught up in all of this. I want to rule over Gilead. I'm angry that y'all kicked me out my and give me my possession to my father and ridicule me and all these different things. You got to look at the totality of what's going on in the story. Right? It's a lesson. It's a moral of the story that we're going to learn here. What not to do. Right? Because you can pay an ultimate price, man. What it says here. Let's go back. Verse 36. And she said unto him. Now, this is the killer right here. This was she said. And she said unto him, my father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto Yahawah. Right? Opening your mouth. We just read scriptures about your mouth. Right? Do to me according to that which had proceeded out of thy mouth. What proceeded out of his mouth? Let's go back up. Jephthah vowed a vow unto Yahawah and said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be that whatsoever come forth of the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, say, shall surely be Yahawah's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. Back down. Josephus. For it was his daughter that came to meet him. She was also an only child and a virgin. Upon this, Jephthah heavily lamented. Heavily lamented the greatness of his affliction and blamed his daughter for being so forward in meeting him. For he had vowed to sacrifice her to the Most High. Right? And he said whatsoever. And in the top of this verse here, when he set it up here in Josephus, so you won't get lost again. And when he had prayed for victory and had vowed to perform sacred offices, and if he came home in safety, to offer in sacrifice what living creature soever should first meet him. That's in the Josephus. Okay? That's in the book of Josephus. And the Antiquities of the Jews, book 5, from the death of Moses to the death of Eli. Right? From the death of Moses to the death of Eli. That's where it's at. Okay? Those that want to read it, you can read it. Right? Book 5. Boom. All right, let's go back. So now, where are we? Let this thing be done for me. And she said unto her father, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone. Matter of fact, let me go back up. For as much as the Yahawah have taken vengeance for thee of thy enemies, even of the children of Israel. Now, this woman, this young lady, accepted the vow that her father made to the Most High. Now, if she know what her father is talking about, how the hell you nickels don't know it? How you don't know what her father is talking about? I mean, she's saying, yo, keep whatever you said out of your mouth to the Lord. We're reading it, and some people say that she was not going to be offered. She wasn't offered up as a burnt sacrifice. She's telling you right there. And she said unto him, my father, if thou open thy mouth unto Yahawah, do to me according to that which had proceeded out of thy mouth. What are we doing? This is just basic reading. It's not heavy. 11:37. And she said unto her, Father, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity and my fellows. Right? So now here we have some brothers that's taking this verse right here and magnifying it. It is irrelevant for real. It's not irrelevant, right? But it has nothing to do with the vow that was made by Jephthah concerning a burnt sacrifice that he didn't want to do. In his heart, he didn't want to do it. He didn't offer up his daughter as a sacrifice. But when she came to him, the damn light bulb went off. God dang. And I cannot go back on it. He's keeping the law there. He's keeping the law. But brother's trying to say he's breaking the law at Deuteronomy 12. Which that was not his intention to offer up his daughter. That was not a part of the vow to offer up his daughter. He did not offer up his daughter in his vow. But he made a foolish vow and he wasn't specific. Right? And now he's going to receive a judgment. And she said unto her, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity, I and my fellows. Let me show you something right quick, right? And she said, go, and he said, go, and he sent her away for 2 months, and she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. Now, these brothers are stuck on this virginity thing, right? But let me show you what she was bewailing, right? Which I said, I'm going to go to the NIV. I know people say, well, that's the NIV. Why you reading the NIV? Okay, we just are preparing translations, right? Right? So she said, and we can read that same story what she said, right? And when he saw her, he tore his clothes and cried. He cried and cried. Oh, no, my daughter, you have brought me down, and I'm very devastated. I am devastated. I have made a vow to Yahawah that I cannot break. He can't break it. NIV says, it records it as, and Jephthah made a vow to Yahawah, if you give me the Ammonites into my hands, whatsoever comes out the door of my house to meet me, when I return in triumph for the Ammonites, will be Yahawah's, and I will sacrifice it as a burnt offering. Right? And then she said this, but grant me this one request. She said, give me 2 months to roam the hills and weep with my friends, because why? I will never marry. That's why she went away. I said this in conversation. She won't experience having a husband. She won't experience having children. Why? Because she will be unalive. That's why. Not she's going to some temple somewhere. You may go, he said, and he let her go for 2 months. She and her friends went into the hills and wept because she would never marry. And after 2 months, she returned to her father, and he did to her as he vowed. And she was a virgin. From this comes the Israelite tradition that each year the Israel go out for 4 days to commemorate the daughter of Jephthah. This is a custom that we're not doing. I don't see nobody doing it. Hold up. So you ain't not like that translation, right? Let me get, what was the one I had? Ooh, what is this one? The NET, where's the NET at? Let's go here. This is easy work, like the brother said. It's easy work, right? Here we go right here. Let's read this. Let's read this. Let's read this here. Jephthah vowed. Jephthah made a vow unto YAHAWAH, saying, if you really do hand the Ammonites over to me, then whatsoever is the first to come through the doors of my house to meet me, when I return safely from fighting the Ammonites, he will belong to YAHAWAH, and I will offer him up as a burnt offering. Okay? So, hey, he could have had servants. He's a mighty man, right? At this point, right? He had power. He had servants, whatever, right? Hold on. Or animals. I'm not talking about this, you know, he wasn't in the mindset of offering people. Let me just get that up out of my head. I don't know why the hell I said that, right? He said, ye may go, right here when he said this. Let me go back up here. When he saw her, he ripped his clothes and said, oh no, my daughter, you have completely ruined me. You have brought me disaster. Look at these words, disaster. It's not a disaster for her to stay a virgin. I made an oath to YAHAWAH, and I cannot break it. She said to him, my father, since you made an oath to YAHAWAH, do to me as you promised. That's what a vow is. After all, YAHAWAH vindicated you before your enemies, the Ammonites. She then said to her father, please grant me this one wish. For 2 months, allow me to walk through the hills with my friends and mourn my virginity. He said, you may go. He permitted her to leave for 2 months. She went with her friends and mourned her virginity as she walked through the hills. After 2 months, she returned to her father, and he did to her as he had vowed. She died a virgin. Her tragic death gave rise to a custom in Israel. Head chop. It's over. Every year, Israelite women commemorate the daughter of Jephthah, the Gileadite, for 4 days. That's it. That's it. She died. You try to make it something that is not. It is what it is. The Lord does what he want to do. He does what he want to do. He allowed that to go down, period. And now we have a commemoration that we as Israelites supposed to be doing, the daughters of Israel. Because of this. And us men should get a lesson out of this, that don't make foolish, dumb, stupid vows and not being specific about what you're talking about. What are you talking about? When you talking to the Most High, what words are you using? Right? And this is back to the King James. And she said to her father, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months that I may go up and down the mountain to bewail my virginity, I and my fellows, because she wasn't going to be married. Right? And he said, go and send her away for 2 months. She went with her companion and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months, she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow. And she knew no man. So she kept her virginity intact. She could have went out there and became a harlot for 2 months, 60 days. She could have been running all through the hills and mountain countryside, getting all the mama done. All the mama done. I'm about to get up out of here anyway. Hold up, I got a death sentence. Let me open up the words, the matrix. That's why I said that. This sister right here was a Yah-fearing woman that accepted the judgment for the error of her father. She accepted the error of her father. This never happened in Israel. We have except in Genesis 22, where the Most High told Abraham to offer Isaac up, and he intervened. The Lord did not intervene in this because why? There was a vow made. And we have law on vows all through the scripts. So if you can't see this and you don't want to accept it, there's nothing I can say. This has nothing to do with me demonizing my father Yahawah. The Most High is a terrible power. We just did a class a week ago, Emanon and I, about the Most High and all the traits that he had. He's a jealous power. He kills, he makes alive, he heals. Right? He's a terrible power. All type of characteristics of the Most High, man. Because we come in our feelings, right? The Bible tells you in Isaiah 55:8, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord. For as the earth is higher, for the heavens is higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So it doesn't matter about how you feel, right? He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, the scripture said. So I don't care about any outside people that want to speak about the God of Israel, right? He says, I create evil. I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. If you cannot accept the power of Israel, then put the Bible down and run to the YAHAWASHI Bible book. That's only been around 143 years. That's a book of plagiarisms. It has everything in there. Out of every other damn philosophy and religious dogma. And we're going to deal with that. So when Mally did the class, he did a class on it. The man ain't lied about the scriptures in that context there. But because they did a class trying to demonize the Most High, right? To make you feel like, hey, put the Bible down and let's run over here and jump over here in the book of Ocean Spray. Hell no. No. What's the moral of the story? Watch what the hell you say out your mouth. When you make a vow, you better think about that vow before you run your mouth. Maybe you may need to get some counsel about whatever you want to vow to the Lord. Because you can't make this start talking and running your mouth in your zeal or your ignorance, and now you can be an example of Jephthah. The Most High still dealt with Jephthah. He still went off and warred. And he's written in the book. He's written in the book. Right? So that act didn't diminish who he is to the Most High. It's a lesson. Right? So, I mean, it's crazy, man. And, you know, I wish Jeremiah was still on it, but I think his phone died, whatever he was rocking on his phone, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? But he did a great job opening up this lesson. You see what I'm saying? And if anybody want to post a question up there in the chat, whatever the case is, that's fine. Judah, that position was crazy. What he said? 2 wives. What's as a virgin? Right? Shout out to Judah the Shooter again. Did you go to college to learn how to be a teacher because you seem uneducated in your speech and understanding? You sound like a nigger off the street. Thank you very much, because I am a Negro that was in the street at one point in time, born and raised in the hood, but an intelligent thug. That's what they call me, an intelligent thug. You heard? So Of course, I have a job, right? So when I go to my job, I'm not Maharakar when I go to my job. Understand that, right? You got to put on hats. Even Paul said, I be all things to all men. So you don't offend me. I'm not offended by it at all. When I go to do my work, I turn into the professional Mr. Haddison, right? And my children love me. All the children love me. So I don't give a damn what you talking about, homie, at all. Okay? Thank you very much for your honest opinion of me. I can care less what you talking about, right? So anyway, anywho, okay, you probably in the book of Ocean Spray your damn self and you mad as hell. You know what I'm saying? Or you got that position. You know what I'm saying? You trying to erase what the scriptures is saying because you don't want to accept what it's saying. It's saying what it's saying. That's just what it is. It's not a mystery, right? We have laws on vows. We have laws of sacrificing. We are not commanded to sacrifice our children. So for somebody coming here late and say, oh, he's teaching us to sacrifice our children. No, that's against the Most High law, right? What I'm trying to teach you and show you is in the book of Judges 11 is that our forefather or our forebrother made a foolish vow. He wasn't specific, right? He was worrying about power, right? He wanted to be a ruler over people, right? That he was angry with because they kicked him up out of his town, his hometown, wouldn't get an inheritance from his family, from his father. He had something to prove, right? And he made a foolish vow and he paid the price. And the price was his only child at that time. There's no other record concerning the brother having children or anything, right? But we know he's a male and men can always have children if the Most High's will. And that's just what it is. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to tarry any longer. If you was able, Nepal, Shaddai, Shalom. So you got a question? You said a question? You want to ask a question? That's fine. Why was Saul allowed to reverse his vow when Jonathan ate during the fast? You guys send me the chapter and the verse. Give me the chapter and the verse. Right? And remember, the Most High said, what? I have mercy on whom I want to have mercy on. That's just what it is. The Most High said in the book of let me see. Let me see. What is that? Psalms 32. Oh, let me just go ahead. Let me stop doing that. Psalm 32. Psalm of David. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man whom Yahawah imputed not iniquity, and whose spirit there is no God. Right? So the Most High can forgive whoever he want to forgive for whatever transgression they did commit. So if Jonathan made a vow, which I got to read it, right? And it was not a sin onto him, then the Most High didn't add sin to him. That's just that. That's the Most High said, I will have mercy on whom I want to have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I want to have compassion. And the Most High want to wink, overlook something, that's his decision. Right? So this send me that information, and I can look at it. You see what I'm saying? And see what you're talking about, because I don't remember that. You need to be quiet and learn, take public speaking. Brother, you don't know me at all. You don't know me at all, bro. I've been out in the street teaching for years out here, buddy. I'm one of the, not to toot my own horn, brother, but I'm one of the most dynamic teachers in Israel, dog. I don't know what the hell you talking about out in the street and all of that, fam. So you can go ahead and stop your madness, bro. I ain't even gonna put your little dumb comment up there, man. You sound like you don't even. If you don't know me, I guess you don't know. All right, that's fine. That's cool. But anyway, Right? Enough of that. Right? I just want to go over this information right quick. You see what I'm saying? The Most High is who he is. Let me get a few scriptures to close out on it, and that's gonna be it. Right? So you can go to the Josephus account, read it in there. Did I finish reading the Josephus account? Hold on. Josephus, accordingly, when that time was over, he sacrificed his daughter as a burnt offering such an oblation as was neither conformable to the law nor acceptable to God, not weighing with himself what opinion the hearers would have of such a practice. You read it again. Accordingly, when that time was over, he sacrificed his daughter as a burnt offering such an oblation as was neither conformable to the law nor acceptable to God, not weighing with himself what opinion the hearers would have of such a practice. Right? He made the vow to the Most High, and he had to keep it. And more importantly, his daughter stood up stiffly for the law, right? And for her father. And that's this dad. I don't understand. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? So let me stop the screen. 1 Samuel 4-24. Why did Saul not hold to his vow? The Most High did not put Jonathan to death at that moment. Jonathan was allowed to live. Oh, that's okay. Let me go there. Let me read that right quick. Read that quick. That's 1 Samuel 14-24. 1 Samuel's. Verse 14. Jonathan's victory. Saul's foolish order. And the men of Israel were distressed that day, for Saul had adjourned the people, saying, "Cursed be the man that eateth any food until evening. Cursed be the man that eateth any food until evening, that I may be avenged on my enemies." So none of the people tasted any food. And all day of the land came to a wood, and there was honey upon the ground. And when the people were coming into the wood, behold, the honey dropped, but no man put his hand to his mouth, for the people feared the oath. But Jonathan heard not when his father charged the people with the oath. Wherefore he put forth the end of the rod that was in his hand, and dipped it in a honeycomb, and put his hand to his mouth, and his eyes were enlightened. Then answered one of the people and said, "Thy father straightly charged the people with an oath, saying, Cursed be the man that eateth any food this day. And the people were faint. Then said Jonathan, My father hath troubled the land. See, I pray you, how my eyes have been enlightened, because I've tasted a little of this honey. How much more if happily the people have eaten freely today of the spoil of their enemies which they found? For had there not been now a much greater slaughter, among the Philistines. And they smote the Philistines that day from Mishmas. That was the Most High. And his father made the vow. Jonathan didn't make a vow. His father made an oath to the people. He didn't say that to the Most High. And the men of Israel was distressed that day, for Saul had adjourned the people, saying, Cursed be, he's talking to the people. Cursed be the man that eateth any food until evening. He's talking to the people. And they said, and Jonathan wasn't there. Or it said How did not Jonathan hear it? He wasn't there or present. And the Most High, obviously the Most High allowed that to go down that way, because when he ate the honey, he saw the victory. He saw the victory, right? So all that was being played out for that purpose. So, I mean, there we go. I mean, that's what I see in the scripture. That's what I understand. That's what I comprehend, right? So, yeah. So with that, I'm about to end the stream. Or praise the Lord to YAHAWASHI, MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI, man. Judges 11 was a burnt sacrifice. We didn't have another example or another situation of any Israelite offering. I mean, we had Israelites offering their children up. We can't say we, but you know what I'm saying? We had rebellious Israelites offering their children to the fire to other gods. But there was no example of Israelites offering their child to the Most High. And Jephthah did not make a vow and said, Yahawah, I will offer my daughter to you as a burnt offering for the victory against the Ammonites. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. I'm just going to close out with a song. What's going on? Somebody saying something? I saw something in the chat. Hold on. Somebody else saying something? Oh, Judas Shooter, correct. Con. So, and I asked everybody on the chat, man, or whoever watched this video, to pray for my brother on Eminem. He's been going through furnace of affliction right now. What reason did you speak on Judge 11? Someone else sees this. Yes, sir. I'm gonna call you. I don't want to say it here, but matter of fact, the video we're supposed to be doing the video. Them brothers supposed to address this themselves and bring out their position on Judges 11. I was gonna do their video first. You know what I'm saying? STL, brothers from STL. Brother, you know that hung out with Bally. All right. He's supposed to do his public address. Rawborn. Rawborn's supposed to be addressing that that it wasn't a burnt sacrifice. It wasn't a burnt offering. That the young lady did not die in the story. And I just showed you. And I can go to more different translations and show you this. Like, I think I did enough. I don't think I have to go through this. This is one chapter. It shouldn't even take 2 hours to do that. You know what I'm saying? But it did. All right. So all praise and glory to the Most High. I'm gonna finish watching your joint on Zion Lex joint. You see what I'm saying? You take it kind of long on that armor. Yeah, you going on what? I'm a boy tough. But yeah, man. Yeah, all praise and glory, man. We got a new track we working on. Yeah, man. I've been arguing this thing, man. Believe me, bro. Arguing this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Good kick it with the 12. You know what's going on. Your phone 104. Yeah, I like that though. This still must go.
Shout out to Octanal.
What's going on? Yeah. 37. We It's a cold game. Gotta have hope, man. I'm focused. I can't hear a thing. Just let my freak swing. It's a cold game. Hey, where you hold time? I can't see a thing. Just let my friends swing. He wasn't too cold. I judge by the speed. I find a synopsis, the oxygen team. Okay, I won't hold you. We go out the strip. It can't just be on. You gotta be in. No, really. Do this for the lost in my city. From the Muskogee to my house in St. Louis. My amigos in Dallas to my house down in Houston. Good cruise. Know our eyes to the heels. And our strips that increase. You ain't got love for yourself. Look, I can tell how you treat me. Let our light shine on the mountain. No, we ain't moving the street. That boy was Hawaii. You don't revisit the shit. It's a cold game. Gotta have hope, man. I'm focused. I can't hear a thing. Just let my freak swing. It's a cold game. Hey, where you hold time? Vision, I can't see it.
E37.
Just let my friends swing.
Let my friends swing is not a thing. Border blue is royal blue. That's the law. Deuteronomy 22. Who are you? Who am I? Lord, keep us showing out. All these Hebrews bound to bounce, talking fringes on their heart. Well, that's your mind if you don't mind. Let me show you what it be. A MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI. He had them fringes hanging out. When the sister touches him, she was free from the bleed. That's a sign for you and me. Ultimately, we unclean.
It's a cold game, gotta have hope, man. I'm focused, I can't hear a thing. Just let my freak swing. It's a cold game, hey, where your whole time vision, I can't see a thing. Just let my friends swing.
I say one time for the Most High, 2 times for YAHAWASHI, 1 time for the mighty army. We rising up that 12 tribes, 16 of that 45 South, meditating. I'm with the daily black sheep in wolf clothing, that right to talk that make you hate me. Race don't go to the swift, I tunnel vision, I ride slow. Fringes on, we law keepers and low key like 5-0. Pouring to my spirit, push, start, go key in my back, high octane. Gotta keep the faith, gotta have hope, stay on fire. This is cold.
It's a cold game, gotta have hope, man. I'm focused, I can't hear a thing. Just let my freak swing. It's a cold game, hey, where your whole time vision, I can't see a thing. Just let my friends swing. It's a cold game, gotta have hope, man. I'm focused, I can't hear a thing. Just let my freak swing. It's a cold game, hey, where your whole time vision, I can't see a thing. Just let my friends swing. Let's go.
Hey, I think it's time to go watch that fight. Hey man, I'm about to go watch that fight, man. Right, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna watch that fight. All praise, man. I had homework to do for school, man. I just had to do this class, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I said I had to do this lesson. I said I was gonna do it, and I didn't do it. What's that? This also go a Texas, Memphis, East Coast vibe to it, right? yeah. We did it. Akanal came down to St. Louis, came and visit me and all that, and shit. We went in the studio. And shoot, we did it right then and there, man. You know what I'm saying? He did that joint right then and there. And yeah, shout out to our canal, man. I got this other joint we working on right now. We got a lot of music coming about to go crazy. And I'm just saying, man, some things. Eminem got so many songs, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And he about to open up the floodgates on some stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what I'm saying? We working on this song right here. It's not done, but I'll let y'all hear a preview of it. Check it out. What you think about this? It's a draft. Is this a draft? Right? Let me play it. Sneak peek.
Salvation is nigh. Salvation is close at hand. Lift up your heads, for your redemption draws nigh.
It's time to rejoice. Salvation is nigh. It's time to be reborn. It's time.
It's your Jeremiah, myself, and Eminem.
Salvation is nigh. It's time to be reborn.
Put your hands up and watch us celebrate. For real. Got the slaves, now watch us elevate. Let's go. I'm never lying, but I'm a lion from Israel, Judah. For real. Army, they know they calling the sickest shooter. It's a revolution. MASHAYACH is the real solution. It's a celebration, but education what we produce. And while you all complain, we embracing our evolution. And when we study, we use the Torah for constitution. Look at our clothes. We represent the culture. And we knock it out the park like we be Sammy Sosa. But we'll never dye our skin to look like culture vulture. But ain't we drinking potion? We just gon' change the notion.
Of course, that's my wife, YAHAWAH.
Salvation is nigh. It's time to be reborn. Salvation is nigh. It's time to rejoice. Salvation is nigh. Salvation is nigh.
Meditate on the scriptures, YAHAWAH is so told. Keep on pouring into my spirit that will keep me on the go. Double cup of Yayans, I on the family, we been going through it. But keep it first, doing the works and praise him in the music. South side of my brim, Torah all of my brim. Most high get the praise, there's none like him. Blow away like the wind, most folks they pretend. Still corners I been, try to stay away from sin. Try and walk in the light, and do it to the end. Yeah, I pimp my pen, south side my strut. Sweet all on the tongue, sour all in your belly. Break boys off some, let them know kingdom come. Your will be done, meanwhile chop blade. Walk in your way, devil get in our way. Get him up out the way, feast day, keep your head up high. Salvation and I, 12 try come alive. Prophecy come alive, it's just like fire. Shut up in my bone, purify our heart, then purge our soul. 24/7, baby.
It's time
Well, right.
Salvation is nigh, it's time to be reborn. Salvation is nigh, it's time to rejoice. Salvation is nigh, it's time to rejoice.
I know my sister's holding it down with no king, money, cars, and clothes with no rings. Praying to the Most High, hoping He'll bring an upright Hebrew with no strings. He loves his wife like his own body will cling. The two become one flesh, so He'll bring righteous sound music that they'll sing. Now they riding the high spiritual wings. Matthew 23:37. How often, how long? I gather your children together as a hen gathers the chicks under her wings. The feast days approaching, Passover's not over. What the hell you been smoking? Salvation's to Israel, YAHAWASHI Israel. No matter how you feel, what matters that we build the 12 tribes of Israel. YAHAWASHI reveal.
It's time to rejoice.
144 sealed.
Salvation is nigh, it's time to be reborn. It's time to rejoice. Salvation is nigh, it's time to be reborn. Salvation's nigh, it's time to be reborn.
Princess YAHAWAH on her Mary.
Time to
It's a rough draft. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all the way mixed down yet. And I ain't mastered it yet. So I just wanted to give a little sneak peek out there for y'all. Y'all be good. All praise and glory to the Most High. Jude, I'm going to holler at you in a second, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm finished watching that videos. I'm gonna get that. I'm going to go through that video. But yeah, man, all praise and glory, man. Y'all be good. You know what I'm saying? Judges 11, once again. The young lady that was in there, Jephthah's daughter, was offered up. Jephthah's daughter was given up as a burnt sacrifice because of the foolish vow that Jephthah made. Watch what you say.